All right. Thank you for joining me. So, what are you joining for? I put this statement out there: something needs to give. Something needs to give. And where do I start? I don't even know where to start because I have been hearing that, and that's not new. That's not new. I think people, moms, all kinds of people, parents in general, but especially moms. Hello, lopsided world that we still live in, and all kinds of professionals, especially wellness professionals who are holding space, or teachers. I could go on and on about the categories of people that feel overwhelmed, okay, that need extra care. Really, it's everybody. But who is sensitive to it? People who are sensitive in general, are going to be more sensitive to stressful times, to when things are off balance for so many reasons, right? So we, and me included, I'm someone who is very sensitive. My body, my psyche, just I tend to be pretty sensitive. That's always how I felt. But there are so many benefits to that. I dealt with anxiety since I was a child. So, anxiety is kind of and worry is the, one end of the spectrum, shall I say, when our needs are not met for sensitive people. But then when our needs get met and we tap into that and use it to our benefit, watch out, world. Watch out, world. Because there is so much power in that. So much power and beauty and wisdom. There's so much power and beauty and wisdom in our being sensitive to when things are off balance. We are like the canary in the coal mine, and it is a difficult job to have, right? But we know we can feel when our life feels off balance, when the world feels off, and boy, is the world off balance, right? But how about just on a personal level, right? That's what we focus on, because we could only really affect ourselves, what's inside of us. First of all, our immediate environment, maybe our family, maybe the people we work with, right? So what can we do when we feel like so many things are overwhelming and off balance that we don't even know where to start? Okay. So I'm hoping to just give a little, couple steps, a couple pointers for you right now to give you a little bit of direction, a little bit of extra hope, or a lot of extra hope. How about that? Does that sound good? That sound good? Put a yes in the comments if you're like ready for it. If you're like, please, I need some extra guidance. I need some extra inspiration. I need to see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, because it's hard to see. And I get it. When we are in it, it is hard to see that light at the end of the tunnel. We feel like, holy moly, right? Right? It can feel like that. Like there is no way out, but there's always a way. I mean, that old saying, when there's a will, there's a way. It may sound cliche, but it's just the truth, right? It is the truth. But how? Okay, on a very practical level, I'd like to be very practical, because that's what we need. That's what I need. That's what we need. So, okay, hold on. It's just not happening right now. Hold on. Let's see. You did not get the memo that I'm doing a live, but so we'll have to deal with that. So, let's see. First, breathe. I recently posted a 1-minute mini vacation, a guide to how to do a 1-minute mini vacation, as I like to call it, anytime during your day. So I'm not going to repeat the instructions right here. I can send you a link, if you want, or just, it's on YouTube. It's in my Facebook page, Beyond the Be Well with Danielle, and my group, Beyond Basic Wellness Facebook group. So if you're not in that already, if you're not listening to this in my Facebook group, join that so you can get more in-depth information, get more one-on-one services, info, and more opportunity for some giveaways. Yes. All right. Who would like that? If you like giveaway, write in giveaway in the comments. If you're like, I'm all about it, I'm looking for anything I can get to help me right now, then put that in the comments so I know you're ready for it. But let's see. But I did post the video also on YouTube. So you can it's under Be Well with Danielle, my new YouTube channel, Be Well with Danielle, and there's a 1-minute mini vacation. Okay, so look that up and start practicing that. Ideally, 3 times a day. You can do it more, 5 times. You can do it all day long, 24/7. But 3 times a day will help solidify it as a practice. Okay. And the key is to make it a habit. One of the keys to making things picking up a new habit is to pair it. Habit pairing, it's called. Pair it with another habit that you already do. Really simple one: before we eat, before or after, when you wake up, before you go to bed. Something that you do on a regular basis that you're not going to be skipping because it's, something that you definitely are going to be doing. And then start doing the 1-minute vacation before or after that activity. Make sense? And then when things feel overwhelming in the moment, take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Now, does that sound simple? Does that sound difficult? Does it sound like, what's the point? The point is that it helps to reset and clear your mind. It helps to get you out of that flight or fight mode. Okay. If it takes more than 3 breaths, if it takes 10, 20, 100, however many breaths it takes, take the time to do it. It will be worth it. And you won't know that until you experience it. Now, if you want a guided relaxation, I have posted many guided relaxation exercises that can often help. I do add the Reiki energy in there, so it gives you the extra boost of love and support to relax even deeper. Okay. So this is not a trivial step. Tapping into this powerhouse that is our breath. It's a tool. It's gold. It's gold right at our fingertips. And when we're not using it as the powerful tool that it is, we're just missing out. We're really missing out. Deep belly breathing is one of the main things that triggers the relaxation response in the body. It automatically slows the mind, which in turn shuts off that critical thinking, shuts off that cyclical thinking, that worry thinking. It's just a matter of function of our brain waves, of where we are in our mind. Are we at that beta, that high, beta frequency? That's our typical go, go, go mode. Or can we step down to alpha, which is the relaxation mode, which is opening to inspiration, opening to peace, so that everything is okay. Okay? It turns off that critical thinking. It turns off the worry. And it allows us to just look at the situation more neutral, without judgment. Okay, so I'm walking through this because you may or may not know this, but I really believe that we can't actually hear it enough until it's a lifestyle. If this is the way you live all the time, then great. Maybe you live in an ashram and this is how you live all the time. But what about when you get out into the real world with real world stressors? How do you deal with that, right? That's where we're at. We have real world stressors all the time. And we're being pushed, right? Are you being pushed? Do you feel pushed? Put that in the comments if that's how you feel. You're being stretched and triggered. So that's when the rubber hits the road, okay? You can meditate and feel all bliss and peaceful, but do you have the skills in the moment And you don't have to be 100%. Nothing's about being perfect. Just in the moment, can you reset yourself when you need to within reason, get a little bit quicker and quicker each time. And if your typical, return time to feeling okay again is a week, can you move it down to a few days? Maybe you haven't felt okay for a long, long time. And you're like, holy crap, I just need to find out what it feels like to be okay again. Okay, so depending on where you're at, maybe after a day, maybe a few hours, you can set back to normal. So can you move that down to just a few minutes? So wherever you're at, just keep getting quicker and quicker at coming back to relaxation. Okay? Everyone's on their own path. There's no judgment, no comparison. It doesn't matter where someone else is at. It just matters what you're doing in your own heart. Right? So that's number 1. Stop and breathe. Do the 1-minute meditation. Just take 3 deep breaths, whatever it takes to just refocus, relax. Turn off the fight or flight mode. How do you switch your thinking? Next is to how do you work with the thinking so it doesn't actually come up as a worry as much. Now, this is going to be a much deeper dive that I'm not going to get into right now. This will be a whole nother session itself. But I have a whole process that I call the why process, which is really effective. People have done it and just been blown away by how fast they can reframe and reevaluate mostly thoughts that have been unconscious for them, but been blocking them, getting in their way, stopping them from moving forward and towards some goal, or making them feel really stressed and worried without them really even consciously being aware of it. Okay, that's the key. When we make these thoughts conscious, bring them in front of us to our conscious awareness, and then we evaluate them, say, is this actually true? And why do I actually believe this? Why am I holding this thought in the first place? Why? We got to question it. The trick is, unless we're experienced at doing this, really experienced, it's really difficult to do it by ourselves. We have so many blind spots. Our subconscious, our unconscious is really difficult to get into by ourselves without help. That's why we need mirrors. And what's a mirror? It's another person, a neutral party, a trained neutral party, a healer like myself, who can reflect to you what seems to be coming up and what seems to be behind the conscious action and thought, and what's that unconscious thought behind it that's really sitting there kind of as the puppet master. Our conscious thoughts and our actions are more like the puppet, but there's the puppet master underneath, our unconscious, that is controlling everything. And until we get down that level, then we're just going to keep doing the same patterns, or the same patterns are going to keep coming up over and over. They keep the worry thought, the anxiety, the stress, all of that. So we can actually get underneath and wash away with some work and over time, yes, those unconscious thoughts, those limiting beliefs, as they're often called, and replace them with beliefs that are they're supporting our growth. Replace them with empowering and true thoughts, statements that support our growth, support our movement forward, support life and love, us feeling free and happy, right? Is that the goal? Healing, empowering, right? Put the power back in our hands, because that is the truth, that we do have power. Make sense? So doing this alone, doing this work alone it's going to be very, very frustrating and going to bring you in a lot of circles and going to take a lot of time if you're ever going to get there. Some people will get there on their own after maybe decades. Maybe you're really an exception. For me, I was never able to do it on my own without help. Never. I've always reached out finally after a lot of suffering, unfortunately, that I've put myself through over the years. But finally, when I realized, okay, I need help, and I get the help without even knowing all the time what I need help with exactly. But that's the point of the help. That's the point. That they can reflect to us. They can see deeper than we can into our own self oftentimes. And that's okay. So where do we begin? What's right in front of us? And sometimes it doesn't have to be the most important thing. Sometimes it can just be picking up the laundry on the floor, just so we feel like, okay, we're moving in the right direction. I did something in the right direction. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Just move. There's a statement that really was key for me in my process years ago, and still to this day. So put below if sometimes you feel like you feel so stuck, you just feel overwhelmed with all the to-dos that you see. Your environment may be messy, your mind feels messy, what have you. And you're just like, where do I even start? Is that you? Where do I start? Put that in the comments. That was me. And then you feel paralyzed. I felt like, and you procrastinate, right? It's never procrastination, is never laziness. It's not. It's really perfectionist. We feel like we want everything to be right. We want, nice. Oh, it broke. All right. Can you wait? Honey? I'm trying to get this done. Okay. So we'll wrap up here, but okay, come here, honey. You're going to have to wait. All right. So the point is that start with what's in front of you. Start with anything. Get the ball rolling. It really works. Okay? So ball rolling, first things first, just anything. Just act. I got a pretty active toddler. She's deep in toddlerhood. So it has been fun and really a pleasure to be able to work with you in whatever capacity I can. If you are feeling overwhelmed in your life and really want extra helping hand on every level, really about anything, whether it's your health, physical health, emotional, mental, your physical environment, how to clean it, how to organize, how to get your life in order, your business, how to get your business up and running. I love helping people with all these aspects, in all honesty. So reach out, and until next time. Okay. It's been an adventure trying to do this right now, but this is my life. So I'm just trying to fit this in when I can. And so till next time, peace. All right. Thank you. Do let me know if you have been watching this. And I never even introduced myself. I'm assuming you know me if you're watching this, but you probably don't. Who knows if you do or not? So real quick, my name is Danielle Brisk again. I am the founder of Be Well with Danielle. I'm a holistic transformational coach. I love helping people, especially wellness professionals and parents, health conscious parents, to break through stuck areas so that they can live the healthy, more conscious and balanced life, so they can align with their abundance, with their joy and healing. Thank you. All right. Peace.